Hi, I'm Christian.
And I'm Angela, and we are married
And bored.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Christian thinks it's funny that I just said hi to everyone.
Hey.
It's the first Married and Bored podcast of February.
It's February already. Where did January go?
January was like 5 years long.
You think so?
Yes, I always think so.
But it also flew by at the same time. Is that possible?
No.
Okay.
That is, we can just agree to disagree right up front.
All right. Next episode.
And it's the month of love.
Yes.
Go ahead.
What are you getting me for Valentine's Day?
I am getting you, I can't spoil it. That wasn't obvious, was it?
Was it obvious?
That I have nothing planned.
No. I mean, we might as well just tell them that we don't do Valentine's Day anymore.
We're not anti-Valentine's Day.
No, but I think both of us have failed equal amounts of time on that day.
Yeah, for sure.
On different years. So
Yes.
someone gets a great gift and then the other person gets sweet tarts. And then the other person gets a great gift and the other person gets flip-flops.
Yeah, it's just, and your birthday is later in the month.
Yeah.
So
If you guys need my address to send me something, let me know.
just DM us. Slide into our DMs. I don't think that we've ever really excelled at celebrating Valentine's Day.
No, there's been a couple good ones,
Yeah.
but that was a long time ago.
So now we just decide, like, about 2 weeks ago, I think you turned to me on the couch one night and you were like, hey, you're not getting me anything for Valentine's Day, are you? And I was like, nope. But, like, you're really not getting me anything?
Yeah, it's like that commercial, which I hate, with the guy who's like, hey, babe, is everything okay? And then the wife turns around and goes, yep. And then he, like, has a crisis. Did I explain that well?
It's like when the wife says everything's fine.
Oh, it's fine, David.
And it's not fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was like, really? Do I need to, like, start looking for something? But
No. It's
but
also...
yeah, hey, if you do Valentine's Day,
live it up.
go for it. Fog of Love is a great Valentine's Day board game.
Yes, please. Please go back and listen to our episode on that, which was way back.
I think we did it around Valentine's Day a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to it, especially for the Easter egg at the end, because Christian just tucks something real special.
If you've played Fog of Love, I was really good at making characters.
Yes.
And I had a lot, maybe too much fun with that.
It's, besides being the month of love, it is also the month of the Olympics.
It is.
The
Whimper.
The whimper.
That might be a better term for it, the Whimper Olympics, because I don't feel like anybody's excited for it.
Well, we watched what? Giant slalom? Luge.
Yeah.
We watched some figure skating.
Snow cross.
No. Is that what it's called?
Snowboard cross.
Isn't that the one where they all, like, four of them go at once?
Oh, no, we watched snowboard.
Slope style.
Big flips.
Yeah. Snowboard big flips is what Christian calls
We're
it.
so cool.
Should we jump into board game stuff? Or
I love talking about current events.
keep talking Olympics?
But yeah, we just want to say thanks for listening as always. And as always, let's just jump into, what's been going on with us since we last chatted. Angela.
Yes.
What's up with you?
Well, what's up with me? Guess what, Christian?
What?
I discovered a new game store near
What?
us.
Yeah, I was there with you.
Oh, okay. Well, all of you out there, this is why we love our Instagram community, because we follow someone on Instagram. I am hopefully not going to butcher it. Spooky Gems, right?
Sure.
She's also in Arizona.
Yeah, probably lives within 5 miles of us.
Maybe. Yeah, we don't actually know. But she posted something about having a game night at a store, and I think you saw it first, Christian. You looked it up, and it was like, whoa, we didn't know about this store. In fact, one store about a year or more ago closed near us.
Yeah, that was a while ago, 2 years ago or so.
And then another store that we've since been going to, which is a little bit further of a drive for us, is closing its doors, not for bad reasons necessarily, but the owners are retiring.
Yeah, that was our favorite store in the Valley. It's called Games Depot, and if you've been there, you know. The owners are very nice.
Yep.
They're great, but he's been in like the business for 40 years.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think the other day, what kind of games did he sell 30 or 40 years ago?
Sure.
Because, I mean, we've been doing this for 10-ish. Uh-huh. And so much has changed in 10.
Yeah.
But to go back to like when we were in the single digits of age, we knew what games were out there at like retail stores, but at a hobby game store, I have no idea what they played. No clue.
No idea.
It'd be interesting to look it up, actually.
For sure. So anyway, this person we follow, went there, and it is called Recreation Games, and it is wonderful.
Awesome. Yeah, it's in Chandler, Arizona. So if you're around that area, check it out.
Yep, we loved the selection. The prices were phenomenal. It was not like just nicely organized. Our kids had fun looking at all the dice.
Clean.
It was clean, yes. They had some cool like little knickknacks at the cash register, which was cool, like meeple necklaces and meeple keychains.
Oh yeah, I didn't really look at those, but I saw them.
And then in the back there was play space, and
yeah, lots.
So, and our kids, of course, loved their bathrooms. So,
well, I don't know if they loved them, but they had to use them about 6 times.
So I was really excited to find a new game store, get on their loyalty program. Are you loyalty members with us? No, we are not. Sign us up.
Yeah, I don't know what we get with that, but
I heard him say something about
a free game.
Yeah, or
really?
No, something towards a purchase,
like 20% off or something.
Maybe, yeah. So I'm really excited about it. Going along with this, can I just kind of throw you and your New Year's resolution under the bus?
Whatever do you mean?
If you were with us last episode, Christian talked about a New Year's resolution.
Yep.
To not buy any new games.
Yep.
In 2022.
Yep. Nailed it.
And his one caveat to that was, well, actually there was 2. One was any Marvel Champions.
Yep. I was good. Yep. No Marvel Champions.
Well, you said you would buy.
Oh, sorry.
Marvel
I said that wrong.
Champions.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Marvel Champions.
So, and then you said if they did an Outer Rim Mandalorian expansion,
yep,
you would buy that. But other than that, you would buy no new games in 2022.
Yeah.
So we went to a new game store, and we didn't leave empty-handed.
Well, you bought them. You.
Oh, it was me.
You slid the credit card.
I did it. That's why you backed away.
That's why I was like, I'll be in the car.
Yeah, he ran out of that store. So
I don't feel bad about it. I feel like, you know, my heart was in the right place. It still is.
Yeah.
It's not like right before the show I did it again and broke it, and purchased another one. But
you did.
You know what? Resolutions are meant to be broken.
Oh, that's how it is?
Yeah, I made it through January.
That is incredible.
So, like, how many of you are still going to the gym? Not many.
Not many.
Definitely not me. I made it.
I hope someone is at the gym right now listening to this and working out. Like, I'm at the gym.
No, only if your resolution was to go to the gym. I'm not talking about gym rats who live there.
Okay.
Like, we're board game cafe rats.
Side note, do you think we're fun to listen to while working out?
Probably not.
Would this be motivational?
No.
Should we maybe throw in like a...
You can do it.
You can do it every
Only
now and then?
3 more miles to go.
So, that's my news. But Christian, what's up with you?
What's up with you?
What's up with you?
Well, I broke my resolution, so I've been down in the dumps for 24 hours.
No, you haven't.
No, I've been really excited about that. We also, well, let me ask you a question. New York Zoo, was that in January or was that in February?
That was last weekend.
So it was in January. So I did even worse than I thought.
Yeah. No, because it was February 1st or something, I think.
Oh, really? Well, then never mind. I feel great.
Yeah, you feel great.
And here's the deal. It's my birthday month, and some people celebrate their birthday all month. I never do, but it's just my excuse.
Yeah. Well, you have a short month.
I know. I only have 28 days.
Absolutely.
And I barely made it in there at the 26th.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways.
Do you have any more news besides telling us more about your resolution?
No, I think that's the biggest news.
That's the biggest.
No, I've got huge news.
How huge is it?
14.
14.
It sounds bad that I'm just saying because I wish it were a we. But life gets in the way.
Kids. Can't live with them, can't live without them.
And life and money and all that. I am going to Gen Con this year.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Got a ticket last weekend.
Yes.
My alarm actually went off this morning for it because it was a week ago today.
Oh, that's funny.
That was like, buy your ticket.
Yeah.
So I was reminded of that. So that's fun. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. Along with the story that we have been telling, I had a free pass for Gen Con when it came to my resolution.
Oh,
but it's broken now. So
you mean like you had a free pass to buy games?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, my resolution. What else would it be for?
Well, because it sounded like you were saying you had a free pass to Gen Con.
Oh, no. No.
And I was going to say, well, what?
No, sorry if that was confusing.
Are you hiding aspects of this lucrative business?
No, I do not have a free Gen Con ticket. We have a friend him and I have been talking about going for a long time. And this year we're just like, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And we got our badges. We got flights. I think we got a place to stay. He did all the heavy lifting, and I just bought my badge, and then we'll even up afterward. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so it's like I think countdown is like at 145 days.
Whoa! So
who's counting? Not me.
Is that why there's a paper chain around?
Yeah, I did a paper chain like a Christmas countdown. So if you guys have been there before and have some tips and tricks, let me know because I don't know what I'm getting myself into. I'm under the impression that it's just like a big sales floor. Mm-hmm. And you can just buy the latest and greatest, which I am very excited for. But beyond that, I don't know what to expect.
What does Gen Con stand for again, Christian?
Geriatric Energy Nutrients Conference.
Oh, Christian tried so hard to tell us what Gen Con stood for at one time.
What did I say last time?
Giant conference.
Giant. That's all I got for Gen Con. Generic conference.
It does not stand for giant conference or geriatric energy nutrients, whatever you said.
No, look it up. It's been around for a while. It used to be like an old war game conference, and it just expanded hugely to what it is today. So I'm very excited to go.
That's big news.
Yeah. Are you excited that I get to go?
Yeah, no, I'm happy for you. This is the month of love.
Oh, okay.
Your happiness is my happiness.
But March 1st, pissed.
Well, March sometimes comes in like a lion. We'll see.
That's true. We did also, I just wanted to mention, as a part of this segment, is that we finally played our first game of The King's Dilemma a few nights ago.
Oh, yes.
What did you think about that?
Liked it a lot.
Yeah?
I don't know what I was picturing, but it differed from what I was picturing in the best way. I thought there was, and maybe with your groups out there definitely could be. But I thought there was just going to be the worst kind of arguments. Just like people, like, like in Catan, we would always get stuck with these people who would fight
over resource, not trading.
You're not going to trade me to wood for this sheep? Well, then I'm not going to be your friend.
Yeah, or wife.
Or, yeah. I'm like, I can't believe you won't trade with me. I'm your wife. And it's like, so everybody settle down. Everybody realized that it's a game. But it was pleasant. It was fun. I liked just the legacy nature of things, throwing things away, writing on things, sticking things, seeing things change.
Yeah, and it all happened so quickly within the game. Like, we haven't played a ton of legacy games just because our style is not to play the same game over and over again.
Your style.
My
is
style.
not to play.
But also the legacy games that we've played haven't really been, I would say, your favorite.
That's true.
So, like, it just didn't line up at the time.
Yeah.
With like Seafall or something, there wasn't much changing in the first 2 games that we played.
Right.
But like this one, I felt like we opened so many envelopes in the very first session.
Yeah.
And we added stickers and we did a whole bunch of stuff that that kind of makes it interesting right out of the gate.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And I know there's rankings after each playthrough. So like people might be ranked in last place or ranked in first place. But it doesn't feel like a win or a loss because it's like that we're in it for the long game. We're trying to figure out what the final is going to be, but there's no spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. We have no idea how the final tally is tallied. But we're looking forward to all those giant stickers.
Yep.
If you're familiar with it, to put those on. We're looking forward to just all the new scenarios that we have to vote on.
Yes.
And there's probably some more strategy and voting and bribing
Yeah.
that I just haven't figured out.
We haven't quite unlocked just because we were trying to figure out the first, like just the rules and like what's allowed and what's not allowed the first time.
Yeah.
And then we decided to play the second scenario in the same night or the second
Session.
In the same night. And that went so much faster because we
We knew what we were doing. Yeah, and I was like, when we have these game nights, I think you and I both like pride ourselves of knowing the rules of the game. And this is one that we were not very clear on going into.
Right.
And I was a little embarrassed that we didn't know them. And so I felt like a lot of pressure that I didn't know the rules and like trying to find, like a question would come up and I'd be like, I don't know. I have to look it up.
We figured it out.
Which doesn't happen a lot.
Yes.
Because we do like to prepare.
Yes.
But.
Well, I think it was good that we did this game even though we weren't necessarily prepared like we like to be with rules.
Yeah, I think the last 2 games that we've played with our group have been unfathomable in this.
Yeah.
In King's Dilemma.
Yeah.
And they're like not games.
Right.
Like I feel like you don't have to like use a lot of brain power in those games.
It's not root.
No, there's not a lot of thought process to each of them. There's consequences to everything you do.
Right.
But you're not paralyzed by 42 different things you could do.
Right.
And what the outcomes could be.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like Unfathomable is an intense game.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done. And the table talk and the banter and the fighting and Unfathomable is intense.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like it. Like I'm exhausted at the end of an Unfathomable game. Maybe if it takes 4 hours, yes.
Maybe.
Which it did once. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a collective experience.
Yeah, well, King's Dilemma, I hope that we can play it more and finish it out, especially now that we know the rules. And we can play like 3 or 4 in an evening, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be very nice. And it'd be interesting to look into the Queen's Dilemma, which should be coming out sometime in 2022.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, we have a very special episode today,
We're
don't we, Ange?
Excited.
And we're going to sing. We're going to take a quick break.
Was that the DJ remixing?
And we're going to talk about Galaxy Junkers.
This episode is sponsored by Showit. Are you stuck in a boring website template? Maybe you don't even know where to start. Experience the true creative freedom with the drag and drop simplicity of a Showit website Our website, marriedandboard.com, is a Show It website, and we love how simple it is to create. Get started for free at showit.co. You won't be disappointed.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging in there.
It's only been, 15 minutes?
As we lament about my
20 minutes?
New Year's resolution.
We have a very special episode. Christian, why don't you tell them why we are doing this game called Galaxy Jumpers?
Yeah, so this is really cool. We got an Instagram message probably like last November from the creator of this game named Josh Hutchinson with the Game Hutch, and his Instagram is at the Game Hutch, right? Mm-hmm. So you can go check him out. Wondering if we'd be willing to play his game that he's in development of and feature it on the show. And we were like, yeah.
Absolutely.
Of course we will. And then we never heard from him again.
No, to be fair, it was the holiday.
It was a holiday, so we didn't hear back from him until the beginning of this year.
Yes.
And we were pleasantly surprised when we did hear back.
Yes.
And we made arrangements for him to get the game, and here we are. So this is really exciting for us. We haven't had anybody reach out to us like that before, and we're just kind of honored. Is that the right word? That we were thought of. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And we love playing new games, and we were excited to check it out, and we hope you guys are too.
Yeah, and it's exciting to see the hard work that someone goes through to make a game. And
yeah, I think both Angela and I have thought about like what would it be like to like make a game, and we've talked about ideas, but never done anything. We've never written down concepts, pictures.
Our kids have done more game creation than we have.
Yeah, and so like to see the process or the end of a process is really cool.
Yes.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the game? It's called Galaxy Junkers.
Yes. It is called Galaxy Junkers. We've got a sci-fi strategy game, and it's for 2 to 5 players.
Yeah.
In the game, players are going to take on the role of a group, or if you're alone in your ship, I guess you could just be one solo galaxy junker.
You can decide that.
Yeah, whose wormhole portal collapses and your ship's engines and power core are severely damaged and you're stranded in deep space. So you have to go around collecting the things that you need to salvage your ship and power cube and your power crystals. And you have to beware of other players who might come after your stuff and attack you for it.
Yeah, for the exact same thing. Everyone's trying to get the stuff and get out of there.
Yes. To
be the first one to get out.
Yes.
So it's not weird, but it's a good combination of like, you got to race, you got to go fast to get what you need.
Yep.
You got to blow people up.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to.
To also get what you need.
Yes.
And you got to get out of there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then there's 2 win conditions. You can either forget what it takes to salvage your ship and just kill everyone else, and then the game ends if you're the sole survivor. And then the other win condition is to get everything to salvage your ship and make it back to the wormhole. Yeah,
it's pretty cool. At the beginning of each game, you're given a dossier. I don't know what.
I think it's a ship diagnostic card.
Yeah, and it's like, here's what you need to repair your ship. And it's a certain combination of color cubes.
Yes.
And you have to get 2, like, for example, 2 red, 1 blue, 1 green, 1 orange.
Yep.
And they're scattered all around the map. And you have to fly your ship around using cards.
Yep.
Which is how you do all the actions in the game. It's card based. And the first person to do that wins.
Yeah.
Or gets back to the black hole where everyone starts.
Yes.
So
it's that's a really good description, I think, if I may say so myself. But you were part of the description.
I think so.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit more in depth about things
that are important to us.
Yes.
When we look at board games?
Definitely.
Sure.
Okay. We always like to start out with setup and teardown, just because that's what you do first. You set up this game. And I think it's fairly easy setup.
Yeah.
It's a relatively small box for, and there's not a ton of components. Christian mentioned it's card based. There are 2 decks to shuffle.
Yep.
And there's cubes, and the setup in the directions is pretty straightforward. It doesn't take more than a few minutes.
Yeah.
To get everything set up on the board itself. It's not like Star Wars Rebellion where you're finding each little ship that needs to go where. So it's a nice, easy setup.
Yeah, each player is basically placing cubes randomly around the board. And that's it. And then there's crystals, which are another component.
Yep.
That you also, each player takes a certain number depending on how many players.
Yep.
And are scattered across the board. And the board is unique because it's a hex map that's pretty much blank. There's nothing on it. And so that's where all these cubes and crystals come in.
Yep.
And also another component that has to be set up is the planets.
Yes.
There's planets in this game that are little discs that go on a cube. And they have different rules when you're by a planet.
Yeah. I think that it's simple to tear down as well. There's all the components we mentioned fit nicely back in the box in their own little baggies, and everything's wonderful.
Yeah, it's not a pain at all.
Nope.
And so for some people like us who sometimes the determining factor on what we play each night is, well, how long does it take to set up?
Yep.
And how long does it take to clean up?
Yep.
It fits great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then what about how accessible it is for people?
Yeah, I think one thing that's great is that this is a game for all ages. So it shows, but not in like a childish way. The rules are pretty straightforward and put together and easy to learn.
Yeah, and then you can even modify it, which we'll talk about later. But if you have really young kids that want to play with you, there's things you can do to make it even simpler. Yeah,
and the mechanics are simple. Like we said, it's card based. So depending on what power ups or where you are on the map, you draw cards, 2 to whatever number, and you play 2 cards.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. You can all you can do each turn.
Yeah.
So it's pretty straightforward. You're not left with a lot of, well, what am I doing now?
Right.
You got your card to move, play it. Let's go pick up the pieces we need based on our little ship diagnostic. Or that guy has what I need. I'm going to shoot it.
Yeah.
Because that's how you get, like, shooting is also stealing stuff.
Yes.
So, like, if you damage someone, you get to steal something that they have that you need.
Yes. So I think it could be very easily become a family game.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did try to get our kids to play it.
Yes, we did. And they did. With the power crystals and the cubes and the...
Well, our daughter loves the crystals. Mm-hmm. And anything that's like clear plastic that look like gems.
Yes. She loves it.
Yep. We made it half a game through.
And the spaceships are
fun
for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all different and unique, so it definitely helps.
So I say that, like, it leads well into how immersive it is.
Sure.
Because the components, I really like that the power cubes and the power crystals are realistic. Like, they're nice plastic or resin or whatever that is. They're not cardboard chits.
No, like if you think of like Everdell and the resin in Everdell, how it's like that clear amber color. Mm-hmm. These ones are bright yellow.
Yep.
And they look pretty cool.
Yes. So that's fun to see the artwork on the game is fun. The spaceships are cardboard, but they are... I mean, what would you call the stylized? They're stylized to be like
whimsical?
Like, yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Each one is unique. Like one is a rowboat with like a dome on it. One is your classic HBO UFO.
Yeah.
A UFO. It's like the round.
One's a submarine, I think.
Yep. Yeah. And it's space pirate, of course. So
there's
a lot of fun things that you can do. And like I was thinking about the board. It kind of looks like a Christmas tree in a way with like the old the old different colored lights.
Oh yeah,
on an
like
old
the bright,
yeah. So that's kind of cool.
the multicolored lights.
Yeah, there's a lot of color when you have the blank hex board, like we mentioned. Adding color onto it is pretty cool.
Right, because the hexes are like a deep purple,
spacey blue,
starry.
Yeah.
And so then you add all those colors on it. Probably why it also appeals to kids
and families.
Yeah.
The art overall is very cool.
Yes.
It's very good for this game. Stylized, like we mentioned.
Yes.
The cards are all very unique. I haven't seen cards that look like the cards that are in this game.
Right. The artwork's done. It's consistent throughout. It's really. It's funny because when you heard the name Galaxy Junkers, you were thinking of a totally different art style. You were thinking maybe more like Wasteland Express delivery service.
Yeah, like dirty spaceships picking up space junk and just, I don't know. I didn't know what it was.
Like Mad Max-ish.
Yeah, but in space.
Yeah.
And this is not.
This is
obviously
cute.
not
it's cutesy,
that.
Cutesy. I don't know if people are like repelled by that or not, but it's not.
It's just fun.
It's not scary.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah. For as cutthroat as this game could be.
Sure. Yes.
It's like a Root factor where Root is like, oh, look at these little woodland creatures. Now they all die.
Yeah.
This is like, oh, look at this. It's a bathtub in space. Blow it up.
Or don't blow it up if it's mine.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And, oh no, we can talk about this when we talk about how fun it is. I was going to say it's very cutthroat at 2 players.
Yeah, no, we'll save that piece.
Yeah.
The game is probably, I would say, like fair, like medium on the thematic, like immersive experience. It's not meant to be, so it's not the most immersive game we own.
It's just a fun skirmishy game, and you're gonna go around and pick stuff up and blow stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the directions, as we mentioned in the description, set up why you're traveling around space trying to find stuff. You're trying to salvage your ship. So, there's a little narrative at the beginning, but it is what it's intended to be.
For sure.
Yes. So, Christian, you already led into how
fun
the game is.
I think it's a fun game, and it does what it's supposed to do well. Mm-hmm. Like, it kind of brings you in with the fun art, and the card play is interesting.
Yes.
And so, like, it's very clear on what you need to do each turn in the game. And because the majority of what we played was 2 players.
Yes.
And I can only imagine if we had played it with more people more often.
Yes.
That the threat of getting blown up from all over the map would be insane.
Right.
But even at 2 players, like, if you had something I needed, I had to go get you, and vice versa. And it was just kind of like back and forth, and getting mad at each other.
Right. It's a little, it can be a little cutthroat.
Yeah.
And it's not the most luck-driven game we have. We have others that maybe are more maddening for people that hate games that rely on luck. But things can change really quickly. Like, you could have everything you need for your ship and be heading back to the wormhole, be like 2 spaces away, and then someone attacks you and steals something, or plays a reaction card that allows them to steal something from you. And now you're kind of back a step. Now you're not heading to the wormhole.
Yeah, or what if they steal something that they needed and then play the move card to get into the wormhole?
Yeah.
It's like,
so
are you serious?
You thought you were doing so well, and then you just lost.
Yeah.
So if you are okay with a little bit of luck, especially with things changing quickly like that, the cutthroat nature of it, for people kind of take that stealing, there's reaction cards. So you might put some effort into fighting someone, and then you might waste your turn because someone can stop that with a card they have.
Yep.
Or, there's a lot of that. There's also just luck in which cards you draw win. Like there was a couple times in one of the games we played where Christian didn't draw any movement cards for like 2 turns, which there is still a way to move. So it's not that he was unable to move. However, he was unable to move well.
A good amount.
Yes. So,
and it wasn't just like I wasn't getting movement cards. I wasn't getting attack cards either. So I had all those, what are the other cards called?
React action and
and so I just had these cards that were like heal 4. I was like, well, okay, but I want to do something else.
Right.
And so the luck of the draw for the first half of that game was not in my favor.
Right.
And I lost pretty badly because you're just like, move, pick up stuff, move, shoot Christian, steal stuff, done. I was like, well, cool. I have really cool batteries.
But that didn't happen every time.
No, it was just that one game. That's stuck in my brain.
You mean the one time where I set up the deck beforehand?
Oh, is that what happened?
Oh, no.
One fun thing about it that we haven't mentioned yet is that there's a marketplace in this game where you can use those power crystals that you pick up as you fly around space to buy upgrades for your ship.
Yes.
And some of them are pretty bonkers, like game-changing. Some of them are pretty simple. Make sense. Roll the dice, heal your ship.
Yep.
Or repair your ship.
Yeah.
And then one of them I got was like the telescope. And I could shoot anybody from anywhere on the map for the whole rest of the game.
Like unlimited range.
Yes.
Yes.
Because most attack cards in this game have a range. You just count the hexes. The range is very generous in this game, too. It's never like 4 hexes. It's always 10, 15.
I think the lowest might be like 6.
Yeah, and even then, if you're that close, you do a ton of damage. But like unlimited range, I was like, yeah, I'm buying that. And then you know what happened? I didn't draw any attack cards the rest of the game.
After you bought that, yeah.
Yeah, but I mostly bought it so you didn't.
Oh, I see.
So that was what I was going for.
Yes.
I didn't want you to have it because I knew you played this game so much better than I did in all of our plays.
Thank you. I didn't know what I was supposed to say.
I thought you were going to say, I did.
Oh, no.
I'm a better pilot than you.
I guess I'm a better galaxy junker.
It's like it's all that thrift shopping that you do.
How much thrift shopping do I do?
0.
There we go. I have the worst luck in real life at thrift stores, so maybe this is just like the way the universe makes up for that.
Yeah, yeah. It is fun. I enjoy the planet mechanic. Does that rhyme, kind of? I don't know.
Planet mechanic?
Where you can go in orbit of a planet, and that's where you you can go to the market.
Yep.
Or you can land on it to be safe from other people shooting you. Yes. That's key as well.
Yep.
But yeah, overall, it's a really tight system, and it can be really fun when it's fun, and then if things don't go your way, like it did for me that one game, it was very frustrating.
Yes.
But I think that's okay. I think for me, saying that like you don't have to win every game, it's true.
Right.
But you just don't want it to seem impossible. But with this game, it's almost like a PvP game where you're playing. I mean, you are playing against other people, and you're not playing against the game like a Mansions of Madness, where it can seem so overwhelming. Like, oh, the computer's cheating.
Yes.
Like, there's none of that going on.
No. So you just have to know the group you're playing with. If your family, if you've got some people, maybe they're really young kids, maybe they're big adults that have a problem with losing or take that type of mechanics, then this might be a challenging game.
Yeah. A few times we both set up big turns and the other player played to negate the big turn.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was waiting to do that for a whole round. And then it's just gone.
Yes.
Or the event cards that just kind of
that end your turn.
Like stall your momentum down to 0. Yes. It's just like, come on.
But look at how much we grew through that experience.
We are so good at navigating space, wormholes,
totally
space junk.
So maybe it's a challenge. Like if people in your life don't like take that, or maybe this is a way for them to grow through it.
It's a fun way, easy way, and it's a one that you don't see coming in this game.
Yeah,
because of that art style that's like fun and like nice.
It doesn't seem threatening.
No, and it's just this game is very very threatening. We're threatening.
The replayability is also through the roof. Like just in the directions alone, there's 9 suggestions for how to modify it for the game for certain. Like you can either increase the difficulty, or if you want to make it easier for inexperienced gamers, or if you just want a different variant. There's 9 listed. You can probably even think of your own house rules. And then on top of that, there's a deck that gets shuffled every single time. So, and a market deck that gets shuffled every single time. So the attack unlimited range card, we didn't even see in our first few plays. And then...
No, the first few times we just saw a bunch that was like, heal your ship. And we're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then all of a sudden these ones came out that was like, kill everybody around you. Like,
so then that's how it becomes replayable over multiple playthroughs, multiple layers of replayability, where you can add in maybe not just one variant, but a few variants. Or if you want it to, I don't think the game is very long to begin with, but if you want it to go quicker, it can go quicker.
The 2-player games that we kept on playing were over very fast.
30 minutes?
Because I'm a poor pilot.
Is that why?
Probably. I play so many video games that fly ships, and I stink at this one.
This did not have any ship maneuvering.
No, it didn't.
Yeah. Anything else to add with replayability?
Yeah, I would just say we didn't play all these variants.
No, we didn't play every single variant.
But they add so much. Like even there's simpler ones for like younger kids where you just get rid of a lot of like the resources and you just fly around and pick stuff up and then you leave.
Yep.
Like that, if that's more your style, go for it. It might be a good way to teach someone this game too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's one that I think that we would try if we were, the next time we're going to play it, is the power crystals we're talking about, how you can buy upgrades for your ship at the market. Once you spend those power crystals to buy an upgrade, they're out of the game. Well, there's a variant where you can like literally flick them back into space.
Oh.
To make like, they don't run out then. Now they might not be near you, but then they don't run out.
Yeah.
So that's something we might change. Like that's listed as a variant that we might do the next time we play.
Yeah.
And you can move the planets where they start is suggested at the beginning, but you can move them. So there's lots of stuff to try.
Yeah. Looking forward to trying a couple of those next time. I'm really interested in the unending resources. That's not the right word. Unlimited
power crystals.
Yeah, and then also moving the planets around. That's a simple one that you can just move around and make it a little more interesting. Maybe put 2 of them closer together so you can planet hop from planet to planet and stay safe. Maybe that's a good strategy. I don't know. I have no idea.
We'll see how it varies.
Is there anything else that we need to say about Galaxy Junkers before we wrap it up?
Not until we direct them to where to check it out. Yeah.
All right, stay tuned and we'll fill you guys in.
All right, guys, and normally we do a segment here where we just talk about what ideas or thoughts surfaced while playing this game. And we mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I just wanted to land again on, it just hit me as we finished wrapping up playing our last time through this game before our recording that somebody thought of this and made it. Like, somebody is putting out prototypes out there, like what we got, and now is selling it and is going to sell it, I should say.
Yeah.
And putting their hard work into something. And so, just kind of bravo. Congratulations.
Yeah. It's something that you forget.
Yeah.
That there are people behind the thousands of games that are released each year.
Yeah.
Like all those games we saw at the new game store. Somebody had the idea of whatever.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And usually, not to take anything away from games at the game store, but it's so easy for me to forget because there's a company behind it, and then there's like a company that's big, you know, that's everywhere that I've heard of behind it, and then it's just kind of lost on you that started with a seed in someone's mind and a team of people, and this is quite literally one person plus his wife.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's his family and friends, which is I think how all these games ideas get started.
Yeah.
And so Josh, bravo.
Congratulations. Yes.
We wish you the best, obviously, in this.
We're cheering you on.
So if you want to know more about Galaxy Junkers, and we hope you do, you can check out the link in our profile at Married and Bored on Instagram. There's a link to thegamecrafter.com, and that will take you directly to the Galaxy Junkers crowd page. You can follow Josh on Instagram at the Game Hutch. Did I say too many ats? It's just at the Game Hutch.
The Game Hutch.
And if you want to know if you're in the right place, there's tons of pictures of Galaxy Junkers.
There you go.
On his Instagram, so it makes sense. And I just pulled up their the crowdfunding. It's not crowdfunding, but it's the Game Crafter page.
Yes.
And it looks like sales are live. So definitely check it out if what we have said today sounds interesting, or if you just want to check it out, or support indie game developers.
Absolutely.
I think it's a great place to start and to do that. This game is well put together. The product is great.
Yeah.
It's a really neat total package.
I was really impressed by, I don't know what I had in mind, especially for a prototype, but this exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, and if we're wrong, Josh, if you're listening and we got the real deal, great. Like, everything looks awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So, like Christian said, if this sounds like something you or your gaming group would enjoy, go ahead and check out all those places that we've
and let us know if you do jump on it. We'd love to know. Definitely let Josh know.
Yeah.
As well.
Anything else in this segment?
I think we're good. I think we'll just jump right into closing up the shop. Shop.
No break?
No, we won't do a break. There's too many breaks.
Too many breaks. What if I need to go to the bathroom?
Well, hold it.
Okay, I'm holding it.
We like to end the show every week. We do a show not every week.
No, we don't.
Every show by talking about what is bringing you joy outside of board games. Mm-hmm. I have no idea what you're going to say in this segment right now, Angela, so I'm going to let you go first.
You're letting me go first?
Yeah.
Great. I would say gardening is bringing me joy outside of board games.
I don't even know what you've planted, so why don't you fill me and our listeners?
Well, okay, I haven't planted that much. It's just like the few things that I have planted are bringing me joy. So there's like an aloe vera plant that I'm kind of bringing back to life. We've got some elephant bush plants in the backyard. It's like it kind of looks like a succulent type thing. It's drought resistant, which, hey, we're in Arizona.
Somehow that plant, and I know which one you're talking about, has stayed alive for years.
Yes.
And it looks dead. And it's still going.
No, it doesn't look dead anymore.
Well, it did at one point.
Yes.
Sorry, I should have said that.
And then I think I planted some radishes and some broccoli. So.
Oh, you did broccoli?
Yeah, but those are in the front. So we'll see if anything grows and or if I kill anything.
Well, we won't know if you killed it if it doesn't grow, right? Or is that killing something?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
If you know what, Christian, I've heard if something's not growing, it's dead.
Okay, wow. Mm-hmm. No wiser words have ever been spoken.
None wiser. Christian, what's going on in your life outside of board games?
Outside of board games, I would think.
What's bringing you joy?
Oh, that's right. Have you heard of audiobooks?
Oh, that new thing, like books on tape?
Books on tape or
Yeah.
CDs.
Oh, CDs. Yes,
Yeah.
I have heard of that.
No, you love audiobooks.
I do.
And you, like, let's just tell everybody how many books you read last year.
I read 100 books.
That's crazy. I read 8.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's very different.
but I will say, of all the free time that I have a lot of my favorite things competing for the same amount
Sure.
of time.
Sure.
I've got board games, video games, reading
Yes.
that compete for that same free time.
Yes.
And books were not it last year.
Absolutely.
Anyways, I was never a fan of audiobooks, and for whatever reason, I don't know why. I think I tried it once in college.
No, you did.
I tried to do it in the past, and it just didn't work, or it was the wrong book or something.
Yeah.
And then you were just like, you should just get a library card and just start getting books so you can go and ride your bike around the neighborhood or walk or run or whatever. And I was like, all right, fine. And so I did it. But it has been really fun. I started out with, I did 2 books since we last did an episode.
It's only February, and
I know.
you've done 2 audiobooks.
I know.
Guys, he is on track to read like 12 books.
12. I think I'll do more than that.
I think you
at
will
the
too.
pace I'm on, because I am reading a physical book too
Yeah.
that I need to for
That's
work.
how I do my 100.
Yeah. So that's definitely been bringing me more joy than I expected.
Nay.
And I will also say Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett is now bringing me joy after the last couple episodes.
Because Mando.
It was a slow burn, that
Yeah.
show.
Yep.
I still enjoyed it. It was Star Wars. I can't say that I did not like it.
Right.
But now that The Mandalorian has come back, spoilers, whatever, I don't care. It is infinitely more interesting.
Yeah.
Boba Fett's great. He's fine. I don't feel like I needed to know more about him. He could have just been like a side character
Sure.
in Mandalorian season 3.
Okay.
But
all right.
we'll see.
Well,
Maybe he will become a side character in Mandalorian season 3.
yeah, we don't know what's going to happen.
So, yeah, there we go.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Well, let's tell them how they can contact us, Ange.
Oh,
Come on,
goodness.
girl.
How silly of me.
Just
Okay,
write
guys.
down the business.
Right. Okay, guys, here we go. You can email us, hello@marriedandbored.com. You can find us on Instagram @marriedandbored. You can find us where we are super active on Twitter.
Yeah, 29 followers.
We're trying to get more than 29
Man,
followers.
I said it last time, breaking into board game Twitter is hard.
Yeah.
I mean, Instagram's hard too, but Twitter is very difficult.
Where we are @marriedboard.
Married board.
Marriedboard.
Couldn't get the and.
Okay. And we love to interact on there. We love to hear your comments, your experiences with games, any thoughts you had while you listened to the show, or things that came up in your board gaming life.
Yeah, and follow us on Twitter if you want to know how good we are at Wordle,
Oh, yeah.
because I share all those on.
Oh, yeah.
But
We're so good at Wordle. That's another thing that's bringing us joy.
the kids really love it, actually. But they
And Mom.
But Mom likes
Me.
it. You like it most. But the kids, this is how they play Wordle. They give you the 5-letter word to start, and then they're done.
And they're done. Yep.
And then we just say it was speech. That has 6, but and
Yeah.
then they're just like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Start with shark. Start with shark.
Yep.
Yes. All right, guys. I'm sorry that I forgot to give you all that info about how to contact us.
Dare you?
But now you have it,
And you better use it.
and you better use it, or I'm going to come get you.
I hope everybody enjoys their month of love.
Yes, spread the love.
Check out Galaxy Junkers at the Game Hutch and thegamecrafter.com. You can search for Galaxy Junkers there to order the game.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Later.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Married and Bored podcast. And guess what? We have a website where you can listen to podcast episodes and so much more. Find us at marriedandbored.com, or you can email us at hello@marriedandbored.com, or follow us on Instagram @marriedandbored. Music in this episode is by Joseph McDade. See you next time.